We make this motherfucking thing work. If it wasn't for our fucking minds connecting to our whole fucking body, this shit wouldn't work as good as it did.
The soul of skateboarding means being free. No rules. Come and go in as you please and just doing whatever you want to do. Yeah, I mean, I've been skating Flushing Meadows for a long time, and over the years we've just been figuring out so many different ways to skate this place. Up until like maybe a month ago we found a new one.
You might be crazy, but I'm insane. And all the hell you put me through to my life, your pain. I'll destroy you, 'cause I'm a wrecking ball. And when
The only thing that sucks about this is that we don't have a way to really keep it too sturdy.
build you up, tear you down. And hold this ball when you're not around. You never saw it coming. The angle pointed at you. You said I got that feeling, like I had it once for you.
The next generation of kids, not all of them, you know, of course, but there are people that are doing it just to get something out of it. So they'll look at a magazine and see what the new hot kid is doing and consider that their competition, and then want to try to like either do what that person's doing and do it better, or do it on something better, you know?
Dude, you guys are amazing. Are you happy? You're a happy kid?
2 chicks, yeah.
It's just that the competitiveness is about who you know, how you're going to get there. If you speak to this guy, it might bump you, or you might look weaker. You know, the kids were young. I mean, they're young, so they're just kind of worried about how they look or their presentation to the public or their friends, you know?
Even back then, I'm going to say 15 years ago, people didn't care so much about being sponsored. They just wanted to skate, and that was it. That's all they cared about was skating. Whereas nowadays, you have kids, they've been skating 2 years, and they're already ready to get sponsored. And in some cases, some of them are.
There's newer kids that are honestly coming up that are just insane, and I'm blown away. But you know, what are they in it for the right reasons?
They end up quitting, and everybody's surprised, like, why'd this guy quit? But it was only a trend for them to begin with. They didn't really do it because they had fun doing it. It was just more or less something to add to their list of accomplishments.
You got to understand why you're getting into things. Are you getting into it because you think it's cool? Are you getting into it to try to be somebody? Are you getting into it for the love of the game?
That core skater, sponsored or not, new board or tore up completely Gumby tail board, they're still skateboarding. Pat Duffy and Plan B still skating in the rain. You know what I mean? He didn't care.
The way that I see it go bad is they'll take the money, but they'll accept all these like terms and all this contract bullshit. You have to do this, you have to like dress this way.
Kids want to get paid for what they're doing, so they would switch their own style up to make other people happy, which I don't respect. Because, I mean, if you got to change what you're doing to make your sponsor happy, then you're not on the right team. You need to get on a team that's down for you and who you are and what you fucking portray as a person. Because if you really think about getting sponsored, you get sponsored for your own style, and you get sponsored for what you're doing and how you're living your life. Be yourself, and you'll get to the company that you'll be happy at.
There's a lot of people like maybe not be happy, but they're trying to please everyone else. It's like you're number one. Please yourself before you please anyone else. And if you don't believe in yourself and you can't please yourself, how is anyone going to believe in you and respect you for what you do? I want to focus on what I'm doing and skating, and when I open up a new magazine, it's like, all right, cool, that was sick, you know. But like, you know, I guess that's the difference now is it's just on a whole different level of the progression of how fast kids are progressing. Like it took me 3 months to learn how to kickflip. Like seriously, it took me a good month to learn how to ollie. You know, nowadays 3 months, kids are like tray flipping, jumping down stairs. It's like, but I mean, I grew up in a different part of the world where skateboarding, not everyone did. There was only 3 kids in my whole high school that did it. So I grew up a little differently than, you know, people in Southern California where it's like you got a park to skate on every single block. I didn't have a park to skate till I was 16 years old, you know, so we'd go shovel snow and skate the Tippy Canoe library ledge. That was more of what I did.
Oh my fucking God, dude.
It comes down to like, you better be in it for the right reasons, not to, you know, get sponsored or be cool or this and that. Like some kids come up to me, oh, how do I get sponsored? Or it's like, dude, like, I didn't really think of that too much when I was growing up, but I wasn't good. You know what I mean? Like, we'd go and hang out and skate parking blocks in the parking lot and laugh about whatever and just be kids, you know what I mean? And I really didn't think about that till I did get sponsored by Beer City. And then I met Al, and I was like, well, I could maybe make a career out of this. I might move to California and see what happens. And I mean, now it's on a different level, but that's not when I started, you know?
Yeah!
Someone believed in me, I guess. You know, at the end of the day, someone believed in me. Al believed in me. You know, he met me with the right people and kind of guided me the right way. And it's through the people I've met and, you know, came 20 years old, I really took it more on my own level and started, you know, branding myself and taking it more of a profession. But before, like, no, I never really cared. And even today, I don't really care. Like, today we're filming, like, much do I want to get this trick? Today's not working for me. Like, I want to do this as bad as you want to get this. Like, I want to see it on the video because that's what we do. But, like, I know when to turn it on and turn it off. And there's days where you step on your skateboard and you have it. There's days you stretch, you eat pasta, and you think you're doing everything right, and you can't even land your tricks that you normally can do. But at the end of the day, like, you got to do it because you love to do it, and that's the best advice I can give to anyone. I could be done with my whole skate career tomorrow and have to go work a normal job and be grateful for what I have and be grateful I got to travel the world and do something I love to do and go work and still skate and just because I love to do it.
Like I would start looking at skate videos sometimes and you know, you compare like where you're at and you're like, oh man, how am I gonna up that one? Or, you know, you start thinking about crazy things. And that's just me. And I remember things were financially really tough on me and I just could not get myself to deal with the pressures that I needed to deal with. And when I got let go at Five Borough, I called up the rest of my other sponsors and I just quit. And I quit, you know, Ezekiel and Bones. And I was getting shoes from S. And Scuba, thanks, by the way, if you see this. I probably should have called you or something, but I just remember making those phone calls. It felt like, I don't know, it was a real heartbreaking thing for me personally because, you know, I never got to see my name on a board. And I tried for so long. And then all of a sudden, like, my roommate put in a video, a skate video, which I had watched like 1,000 times. But this time it just tasted and smelled so differently because it just went back to, you know, just that whole, when I was like in high school and my buddy was like, oh, Trilogy came out. We're like, what? Oh my gosh, man, that was the best nollie hard flip I've ever seen. You know, Kareem doing that line, you know. It's crazy because all of a sudden, like, I started to progress again. And I was able to do all the tricks I hadn't done in so many years because I was just like thinking about all the stupid things.